If there is one country in the world that instantly sparks mystery, curiosity, and endless questions, it is North Korea. And when we talk about this secretive nation, one name dominates every conversation: Kim Jong Un. Recently, he was once again elected as the head of the ruling Workers' Party of Korea, with 100% of the votes. No opposition, no competition, just unanimous approval. But what does that really mean? Is it total national unity or a political system unlike anything seen in most of the world? Imagine a massive hall filled with hundreds of officials, all dressed formally, sitting in perfect order. The atmosphere is serious, disciplined, almost theatrical. Suddenly, an announcement is made. Everyone stands, applause erupts, cameras roll, and then comes the declaration. Kim Jong Un has been re-elected with complete support, every single vote in his favor. In many countries, such a result would seem impossible, even suspicious. But in North Korea, it is presented as a powerful symbol of unity, stability, and unwavering loyalty to leadership. To understand this moment, we need to go back to 2011, when Kim Jong Un came to power after the death of his father, Kim Jong Il. At that time, many international analysts doubted whether the young and relatively inexperienced leader could maintain control of such a tightly governed state. Yet over the years, he consolidated power, strengthened internal authority, and shaped the country's direction according to his vision. Under his leadership, North Korea placed enormous emphasis on military strength, especially its nuclear weapons and ballistic missile programs. Missile tests became frequent headlines across the globe. Each launch sent shockwaves through international politics, increasing tensions with countries like the United States, South Korea, and Japan. Supporters within North Korea view these actions as essential for national defense and sovereignty, proof that the country cannot be intimidated or controlled by foreign powers. Critics, however, argue that these programs deepen isolation and economic hardship. Either way, they cement Kim Jong-un's image as a strong, defiant leader on the world stage. North Korea's election system itself operates very differently from Western democracies. Typically, there is only one candidate for each position. Voting is less about choosing between alternatives and more about expressing approval. Participation is portrayed as a demonstration of loyalty to the state. Because of this structure, results showing 100% support are not unusual. State media frames them as evidence of complete trust between the people, the party, and the leader. International observers, on the other hand, often describe the system as tightly controlled, with little room for genuine political competition. Inside the country, the narrative emphasizes unity above all else. The leadership is portrayed not merely as political authority, but as a guiding force responsible for the nation's survival, security, and future prosperity. Official statements describe Kim Jong-un's re-election as proof that the country stands firmly behind him, ready to pursue its political, economic, and defense goals under his command. In a nation shaped by decades of confrontation, sanctions, and isolation, stability itself becomes a powerful message. Outside the country, reactions are more complex. Many analysts question whether such unanimous outcomes truly reflect public opinion. Human rights organizations frequently raise concerns about freedom of expression and political choice. Yet the reality on the ground is difficult to assess due to the country's closed nature. Information flows are tightly managed, and independent verification is rare, leaving much of the world to rely on limited data and satellite observations. What makes this situation even more fascinating is the contrast between perception and presentation. To supporters within North Korea, Kim Jong-un represents continuity, the third generation of a ruling family that has led the country since its founding. To critics abroad, he symbolizes authoritarian rule. But to millions of ordinary citizens inside the country, he is simply the leader they have always known, portrayed daily in media as the protector of the nation. Power, after all, is not sustained by votes alone. It is reinforced by narratives, institutions, and the collective identity of a society. A result of 100% can be interpreted in many ways, as unity, as control, or as a combination of both. In North Korea's case, it is officially framed as proof that the nation moves forward together, without division, under a single direction. As the world continues to watch, one thing remains certain. North Korea will remain one of the most enigmatic countries on Earth. Its political system challenges common assumptions about governance, democracy, and legitimacy. And Kim Jong Un's continued leadership ensures that the country's path will likely remain steady, disciplined, and closely guarded from outside influence. So the story of this unanimous election is not just about a number. It's about a system, a narrative, and a nation that operates according to its own rules. Whether viewed as stability or strict control, it reflects a reality very different from most of the modern world, a reminder that power can take many forms, and not all of them look familiar.